season here in Georgia. Man, does this feel good. So it's been a pretty slow morning, but I kind of expected that. I'm not exactly sitting on one of my most productive stands right now. I'm really sitting on a weed-infested food plot that needs to be replanted, but the weather just hasn't been right to do that. But I figured I'm just gonna hunt this stand before I get out here, probably first week of October, and till it all up. And sorry about the cows. Till it all up and disrupt the area. So we'll see what happens. But I got about 2 more hours of sitting time, so you never know. Well, it's 2 hours later, and it's still been pretty uneventful, other than the loose cows that were behind me, and their moms trying to call them back to the pasture. So it was like foghorns going off all around me this morning. But there's some things you just can't control. Anyway, I'm gonna see you back at a different stand this afternoon. Well, here we are for opening afternoon, and actually I'm sitting on the edge of the property right now, and probably got about 200-yard ride on the golf cart and another 100-yard walk in. But I figured I'd get my talking out before I got up close and personal with my stand. But I have an afternoon stand that's been getting a lot of action. That's always a consistent afternoon stand. It's right there by the creek and right next to a bedding area, so it's easy for them to stop by, get some food, get a drink of water, and go to bed. But anyway, this stand is completely impossible to hunt with a compound or recurve bow. It's a ladder stand that has a permanent rail that goes all the way around it, and I'm naturally just a big dude, so I can't draw my bow in it. So that being said, I am using a crossbow this afternoon, and a lot of guys get worked up about the crossbow, compound bow, recurve, all that stuff. Well, it's legal here in Georgia, so I'm going to use it. I'm not going to pass up an opportunity at a good deer just because I'm too stubborn to not use a crossbow. So that's the case. We're gonna go get us a deer this afternoon. Fingers crossed. Well, I'm in the tree. This is where it all begins. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm either gonna shoot a really nice buck or a healthy doe with no fawns with her. I like to knock the dust off early in the season after I knock down one doe. Then it's strictly buck hunting, but either or is fair game today. Alright, well, I just hiked out, and one thing about the southeast is we got a lot of pop-up thunderstorms this time of year, and I had a storm come in to the northeast, and when I first got out there, I had a decent wind. Well, that storm started sucking air, changed the wind direction 180 degrees, and it was probably mid-afternoon. Here comes the rain. I gotta hurry this up. Mid-afternoon, a doe started blowing at me, but as everything was getting real dark, I just some deer started coming in. Same thing happened. Wind direction changed after that storm kept on going. But on the bright side, I did find a monster shed, so I'm gonna have to put that one on the mantle. But we'll try again tomorrow morning. Didn't exactly work out the way that I had planned, so I'm actually pulling out of the driveway right now and headed down to a property right down the road, and it is slat full of does, and I also may get a shot at some pigs as well. So I'm gonna see what happens, but like I said, I didn't get out this morning. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm gonna sit out there for 6 hours until the sun goes down. So that's all I got. See you when we get there. I know you're probably wondering what I'm doing walking out here with a black t-shirt on, but the purpose of camouflage is to blend in with your environment. Well, when I get in that ground blind, everything around me is black, the background's black. It's pretty much blacked out, so this is only going to help me blend in with my environment. So black, and more black. So that's what I'm doing. Look, y'all, before I left the house, what I did was I took a little bit of 4S draw and I put 2 feed scoops in this bag, and I'd say, I don't know, it's about 4 kilos, something like that. So I'm just gonna pop this open for the deer, and yep, that's the stuff. I'm gonna dump it out, and the deer are gonna eat this up. So the dinner bell has been rung. And not only that, but the potency of that stuff is just gonna help cover my scent up a little bit as well. But I gotta get in the blind, get to hunt. So I've been sitting here for about 2 hours now, and 15 minutes into my sit, about 30 yards that way, I had a doe come in, and she winded me, blew right at me, took off running. 20 minutes after that, another deer came in here, didn't see it, it was probably about 40 yards away and some thick stuff, blew at me. So when I'm talking to you about these swirling winds, I don't know what to tell you. I put all my clothes in the ozone closet. I took a shower with some scentless soap, scentless deodorant. Did my best not to sweat on the walk out here. Kept the windows down when I rode here in the truck. It's a never-ending battle, but I mean, you can't beat a deer's nose. It's just frustrating. Well, I sat there a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I watched that doe and that fawn for a good while after it was dark, and matter of fact, I kind of slowly picked up my things in the blind and put them away until they eased on off. But that's one thing that I take very seriously when it comes to getting out of your stand. I will do everything that I can. I'll sit there all night, and as long as I'm not spooking the deer and alerting them that I'm there, because they're just going to remember that the next time that they come. So I'm going to jump in the truck. Well, that right there is the end of opening weekend for archery here in Georgia, and I'm not disappointed with it. Now, the last 2 hunts that I went on, I was blown at 5 different times, and it got me thinking, what the heck am I doing wrong? What's going on with my scent? Like I said earlier, everything went in the ozone closet. I took a shower, put scentless deodorant on, everything that I could do on my end. But the thing about hunting here in the Southeast, especially this time of year, is you got a lot of swirling winds, a lot of pop-up thunderstorms, and it's just hot and humid, and really a deer's nose works better. Any nose works better when it's hot and humid. Plus, you can see right here I'm wearing a t-shirt, and you know, all of my skin and sweat is exposed to the air circulating around. But I watched that doe and fawn for a good hour and a half, and they got within 10 yards of me and never caught a whiff. So anyway, it was encouraging, and that's the kind of stuff that really gets my heart racing, regardless of whether I let an arrow fly or not. I got out there and I had the potential to take some meat home from my family, and it's really not even about the meat. I've always told myself that the day that I stop, you know, getting my heart pounding when I have a close encounter with a wild animal like that is probably the day that I'm going to stop. And for now, it's only encouragement, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. So don't get discouraged if you get blown at. Don't get discouraged if you don't see deer. Just keep on getting in the woods, and you're gonna have a great experience regardless of what happens. So good luck to everybody this year, and thank you for watching.